Yo, what's up? This is Sconebone. How we doing?
What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Tim?
How are you tonight?
Doing good. So this is a VinylView. This is an interview episode of the guests and their collection of vinyl. And tonight we have kind of a unique episode. The record collection that we're looking at is from someone who passed.
Yes,
Tim, your friend Jason passed a few weeks ago.
Yes, he passed back in the early part of the winter here, and not unlike yourself, he was a huge vinyl fan, and he was a radio disc jockey, and he loved radio production and broadcasting, and so we're going to get to explore a little bit of his life tonight, some of his passions, we'll say.
Yeah, and you and I, we've talked music before, and you know, you had mentioned you had a friend who was a radio DJ also named Jason, and then I got a text from you saying that you wanted to give me his record collection, and yes. I was completely thrown back by that, grateful, and the best way that I could return that generosity and to honor your friend, I thought would be to, you know, go through those records and play those records on the air and have this interview.
I agree with that. I think he'd be totally touched by this if he could be around to see it. You know, I mean, this basically immortalizes him. You know,
yeah.
For all of us who knew him.
Yeah. And in the little TV we have here, we've got some of his promo stuff from when he was a radio DJ. Some pictures, childhood pictures that I think you're in those pictures, if I'm not mistaken.
I might be in some of them. Yeah.
Yeah, when you're a wee lad.
Yes.
Yeah. And then shout out to Bomb Raid and the Lloyd Show. These were actually guests on this exact same show. I appreciate them popping in. And Tim, I appreciate you most of all for being here and for giving me those records that I will cherish and honor. Now, if you had been here last week, I did an unboxing of those records, and they were some primo fucking records.
Yes, there's a hot collection, isn't it?
Yeah, we got some 80s hardcore punk rock, some great 45s. Yeah. Some of the stuff was new to me. Some of the guests watching had known about it before. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna talk about Jason. We're gonna relive some memories, talk about some of the records that we pulled, and to follow will be a 2-hour vinyl set that I'm going to record for the radio station that will broadcast on Monday night, 7 to 9 p.m.
Okay.
And also, I set up a donation fund for anyone who would like to donate to the Jason Family Trust Fund or whatever. There is a link there. If you choose to donate, I will make sure that gets to Tim, and then Tim, I'm sure we can go from there.
It'll go to his family, no problem.
Yeah.
Could I dedicate this before we move any further?
Absolutely, please.
Okay. Sure. I have a short list here. So just some names I wanted to mention, immediate family and friends. I want to dedicate this to Jolene and Patrick Carr, Ashley Iverson, Judy Iverson, Terry Treanor, Helen Treanor, Dave Tate, Scott Hankins, Eric Spoley, Dave Quick, Mr. Stephen A. Scott, and a certain Nancy who got him his job at WMBR all those years ago. And I also want to thank Matthew for hosting this. Thanks.
Of course, absolutely. Yeah. More than honored to. And if you have a drink, cheers to Jason.
Salute.
Salute. So the show that he had was called the Better Than Elvis Show.
Yes.
Tell us about his show.
Well, it was a punk rock show. Jason's passion in music was definitely based in punk rock. He was a station manager of WMBR at MIT in Cambridge, Massachusetts. And his show was Friday nights. And he featured all of his favorite hardcore punk, mostly from the 80s, but he also had an extreme love for the local music scene. There's a lot of stuff represented in the box that we have tonight from people who used to kick around town, and he always was big on promoting them.
And we have some videotapes.
Yes. Yeah, so we got that moving, huh?
I got a VCR and I got them plugged in.
Okay. What are we watching first?
All right. Well, let's see. You might know. I got to look at the actual tape. Let's see here.
We got Dropkick Murphys. We got Meatman.
Showcase. I don't recall the band.
Showcase Showdown.
I know he had some 45s of it. Showcase Showdown.
Yeah, Showcase
Oh,
Showdown.
let me grab the 45s.
Yeah, let's do that
because that might help a little more. And then we can actually listen to it as well. It's a nice rough copy. Oh, Lloyd with the cheers. Dude, 420.
Right on.
Showcase Showdown. That's the group.
Yes.
Yeah. So who are the ones that he used to run with?
Well, he knew the boys in Showcase Showdown. The August Spies, he was actually roommates with a couple of members of them.
That makes a lot of sense because there's like 6 copies in there.
Yeah. A couple of the guys were his roommates when he lived in Alston and Brookline and stuff like that. So, and yeah. And they're fucking awesome.
Nice.
Used to kind of know the Dropkick Murphys a bit, maybe not so much as the other guys, but I know guys around town. I even got to meet them myself a few times at places like at the Ratskeller and stuff like that.
Where what that was a venue in Cambridge or?
The Ratskeller was in downtown Boston in going blank on it. It's right off of Lansdowne Street, Kenmore Square, legendary punk club. Everybody played there. Hell, even David Bowie played there. That place went under in early '97. It was kind of a sad closing for the city of Boston. Some other places, where you'd see people like this, though, would be like at the Middle East. That was in Cambridge. TT the Bears. That was in Cambridge. Yeah, just little neighborhood joints that we all used to hang out in,
Yeah. And then you guys grew up in New Hampshire, right?
Yeah, we're both from southern New Hampshire, Derry, Salem. Some of the people I dedicated to tonight live down in Salem. And, yeah, very quiet redneck community. There's not much going on up there. So,
So a need for punk rock.
Yes, definitely a need for punk rock. G.G. Allen came from New Hampshire, if that tells you anything.
That's right. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So then you guys, did you move to Boston as well, or you guys just drove to Boston? I don't know how far that is. Maybe a 2-3 hour drive?
So where we lived in Derry to Boston was a similar commute from like Petaluma to San Francisco. And,
that's close.
In the early 90s, Jason ended up just finding his way down there. He had friends that were down there already, and he had to get the hell out of New Hampshire.
Yeah.
So that worked out for me because then I got to spend my weekends down in Boston when I wasn't working. I got to see a lot of shows.
It's not too far.
Down.
Yeah.
No, 45-mile drive or so,
Right.
Park in Sullivan Square in Charlestown and just disappear for the weekend. You got, the T system down there was amazing, so you didn't need a car.
Right. Lloyd was just saying that Gigi was banned in Boston, so yes. I guess maybe you hadn't been able to see him down there, but somewhere else.
I never got to see Gigi. It was kind of funny story, though. Like, Jason was supposed to see him a couple days before he died. He was going to play at this little place up in Portland, Maine called Gino's. But after his last show at the gas station in New York City, he did a bunch of heroin and died. So
yeah,
that was
as he promised he would, or something like that.
Yeah, not the way he promised, but yeah.
Yeah, right. Nice. Well, so going through some of the records, we got a nice collection from the UK, all across the US. I think there's even one from Sweden, some from the UK. were you involved in the record collecting with him, or was that his own thing?
Well, in terms of a lot of the punk stuff, it was more of his own thing. I mean, we go to like record conventions and stuff together, but I was like, I was collecting the Beatles and shit, and he was, he was collecting that stuff. He was really starting to get into the Sex Pistols, and he was just finding random stuff like Sloppy Seconds, and he turned me on to the Dickies.
Nice, the Dickies, yeah. Yeah, actually, it's funny. I was doing an unboxing of the records, and one of the guests mentioned if I liked Sloppy Seconds, and then all of a sudden I pull out Sloppy Seconds, one of the 45s and one of the albums.
Yeah.
So it's a good find. Yeah.
Are we going to play any of that tonight, or?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I got some good stuff on deck. Yeah, I was thinking I could do the first hour would be the LPs, the last hour would be 45s.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And considering that I don't know all of them, I'm just going to poll and play, and just kind of do a little record roulette.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for me, too, because a lot of the stuff I haven't heard, probably 25 years or so since I was living back there even, so.
Yeah, definitely going to play the Sex Aids. Shout out to Lloyd.
Nice.
Lloyd is just saying 15 Minutes is my favorite Sloppy Seconds song.
Yeah.
So then he went on to do radio work. What can you tell me about his radio days and what he was doing? The Better Than Elvis Show.
Well, his first radio show was up in Manchester, New Hampshire. It was at Notre Dame College, had a little outpost up there, and so it was this little station called WRND, and he was told on his first day you can't play anything that'll offend a nun. So that didn't go so well. Not long after that, after he got down to Boston, he was going to Emerson College taking communications, and he got into their radio station for a little bit, and that's where he started to get the audio and video equipment to start taping all those shows that he did. And after that came to pass, he got in over at MIT. He had a friend that worked in the radio station there, and she got him in as a disc jockey originally. And then after that, got his show for the Better Than Elvis Show, and then he became the station manager, and he ran the station for several years.
Yeah.
I never did manage to get my hands on it, but he did like a lot of little humor quips and stuff like that, things like Kurt Cobain's greatest hits, and he'd do interviews with Ted Kennedy and stuff like that, and just like crazy stuff.
Yeah.
He was a very dark humorist. Well,
yes.
Everyone.
Some of the things that I've noticed in terms of the artwork and pictures you've sent me, I definitely get that.
Yeah. Right.
And so I was gonna, because there was the Jim Carroll band, and in good taste of Jason, I was gonna play When People Die.
Yeah, that was a favorite song of his. He actually got to meet Jim Carroll once. He did a spoken word over at the Lansdowne Street Playhouse, which Aerosmith used to own, and he got to hang out with him and shit like that afterwards, and he was a huge fan of him. And that was a great play tonight. I was hoping that one would come up.
Oh, yeah. And as a dark humorist myself, I felt like it was appropriate.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. We couldn't end the show without it.
Yeah. Now, you had made me a playlist, and I think it was kind of a personal homage of things that you wanted to put on there. Yes. Gore being one of them, wearing the hat.
Yep. Yeah, Jason turned me on to Gore. He took me kicking and screaming to my first show. I did not think it was going to be worth anything, He promised me it was. He'd seen him once already. And I was a changed man after that show. I've been hooked on them ever since.
Yeah.
And as the years, I've seen a lot of shows with him and without him, but also in the years since, I've gotten to meet the band a little bit. I used to know Otis Urungus when he was still around, and Jay knew him too. And it was one of the best things that Jason ever hooked me up with. Just, between the music and just the art aspect of it, and going back to the dark humor again. I mean, that has kept me vital over the years.
Bomb Raid is saying that it's one of the best bands live. I've seen them once. I was impressed.
Yeah, they're still good. You know, and actually, like the guy that's singing now is a founding member, and he actually did vocals on some of their previous songs in the past too. So yeah, I haven't been to see a Guar show in a while, but I'd go see him again. I saw him about 20 minutes. Yeah,
the theatrics are still there, if not getting better.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's fun for the whole family, you know.
Now, you guys were kind of friends, personal. You're close with Odorous.
Yeah, I know him for about 10 years, actually.
Yeah.
I met him after a show. And we struck up a little bit of a friendship over the years. And he'd always invite me in. When he was in town, we'd hang out before the shows and stuff like that and kick it a little, you know. And I was privileged enough to pick up a lot of artwork from him over the years, which is a really beautiful thing. And yeah.
Which
awesome.
Behind you is one as well. You were talking about that earlier.
Oh yeah, this portrait behind me. That was supposed to be the gatefold for the album "This Toilet Earth," but he just got too involved in it. It ended up taking like 7 or 8 years to finish it, so they had to do like a little, just a little pen and ink illustration for the album.
Yeah.
But I bought this from him personally. He took it off his living room wall and sent it to me.
You bought it or you traded for it?
Well, I traded for it.
What did you trade?
I traded a lot of weed for it.
Nice.
Yeah, back when it used to be worth something. It ain't anymore.
Yeah, right. In those days, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, was that out here or because I know you've seen him here, but
yeah. So yeah, I didn't meet him until I was living out here. I met him in Petaluma after a show at the Phoenix. Actually,
nice.
I'd seen him several times in Boston, but that was before I ever met him.
Nice.
Yeah, it's totally cool.
And then you got to bring out the other piece that you showed me.
Oh, absolutely. You want to see Odorous again?
Yes.
All right, 1 second.
Because at first I'm like, what? Oh, go ahead, grab it.
It's kind of like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, I'm like, is that what I think it is?
Yeah, it sure is. It's his head. Hang on.
Yeah, so a very, I think, unique piece. And you can't really see much in the artwork, but it's a very massive painting of Gwarish type cartoon drawings. It's amazing.
I really picked the laptop up. So,
is it easier for you to do that?
Probably. Let's see.
Yeah, try it.
See Dave in here. Hey, Dave. Say hi to everybody. So
that was one of his face masks that he wore, I'm assuming.
Yep. This is Brains. This one was never used in the show, but he used to do stuff on commission. So this is one of the things I got from him.
Yeah. Lloyd was asking if you and Jason were ever in a band.
What's that?
If you and Jason were ever in a band together.
Oh, fuck. Thank Christ we weren't. We wouldn't be alive. Or I wouldn't be alive. He's already gone. Let's take a look at this guy real fast. There we go. All right. The audience is
a little difficult to see, but
that's all right.
And then Trey V posted a petition to place Odorous Arungus in place of Robert E. Lee. And I'm assuming in Richmond, yeah.
Yeah, I had heard about that. I have no idea where that's gone yet. Wouldn't that be funny if that actually went through? I mean,
that would be amazing. So the link is in the chat. If it's still active, go sign it.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's see.
I think we need real heroes in Richmond.
72,000 people signed it, and they have to get to 75,000.
Wow.
And it looks like it's active still.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's hope it's still an active petition.
Yeah.
Several years ago, Guar actually tried to petition for the Super Bowl halftime show. I don't think they got that one, though.
No, but that would have been fucking epic.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Wouldn't it be fun if they did it with J-Lo?
What? And then I forget what the monster was called, but the monster that eats her.
Oh, Gorgor.
Gorgor. That's right. All right. So what else? I have the playlist written down. Let me grab that real quick because you had some tracks on there.
Sure.
Oh, let's see. Starting with Gwar, you Pure as the Arctic Snow, Slaughterama, Sick of You, which is a great track.
Yep. It was a favorite.
Road Behind, and Happy Death Day. Now, those weren't in the collection, but this was the personal playlist that Tim had come up with.
Yes. Slaughterama was the first song Jay ever played.
No, Trey V signed. Yes, it is an active petition.
That's good.
And Bomb Ray just said he found an open beer last night. Still going to drink it. It's a wounded soldier. You got to put it down. But let's see. You had the Runaways Cherry Bomb.
Yeah.
Joan Jett's I Love Rock and Roll, which there is a 45 of Crimson and Clover, so I was going to throw that in.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Oh, you're breaking up a little there.
Oh, okay. How about now?
Uh-oh. You there?
Yeah, I'm still here. You losing me?
A little bit.
Okay. I'll try and stay still. Maybe that'll help.
Maybe tap your laptop, smack it, and just see if it fixes it. I see him, but I don't hear it unless it's just on my end.
Might be on your end because...
there you go. There you go.
Back?
All right.
Okay.
We're good. Yes, let's continue. And then Devo, Gut Feeling, Girl You Want. There was a live album, I think, in there.
Yeah, it might even have been a couple of copies of it.
Yeah. I saw you got one.
Yeah.
Cramps, who wrote down Mystery Plane, Save It.
Yep.
And I can't read the other one. But the Cramps were in that collection, so there will be a Cramp song for sure.
Yeah, I think Bad Music for Bad People is somewhere in that
Yeah,
collection.
right. Gangrene.
Yeah, that was another one. I think you have a Gangrene video that he filmed too.
Oh,
around there.
let's see. I got a bag of tapes. I got to go through them.
Yeah.
So these were concerts he recorded, right?
Yeah, most of them were done at the Rat, and some of them were done at the Middle East.
What was so when we were watching the Showdown Showcase, they looked like they were outdoors.
Yeah, it might have been. You could have gotten some other shows from around other places, but mostly he was haunting the Rat in the Middle East because security was easy enough there. He could just approach the bands and ask them, and 9 times out of 10 they just said, "Yeah, you can film us."
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Can I read some of the tape labels? We got Unseen, Swinging Utters, Dropkick Murphys, Bastard Squad, etc. in Rhode Island at the Rat House. I don't know if you can read that. At the Rat, whatever it's called.
Yep.
Dropkick Murphys, Swinging Utters, the Rat. This is 97.
Yep. That was right before they closed.
Oh, here we go. Here's Gangrene. Now, he had custom cases, or?
Yeah, he had his own little custom cases for them, with a Xerox machine and stuff like that.
Nice. Oh, yeah. All right, then we got the New Bomb.
New Bomb Turks.
New Bomb Turks.
He had a lot of
Subhumans.
Subhumans.
What's that?
I said he had a lot of Swinging Utter stuff in his vinyl collection too, if I recall. He really.
There was a split with UK Subs, and I think that was it, to be honest.
Okay.
There might have been one other 12-inch, and then DOA.
DOA was a good show. I've seen that.
And I found this VCR, so I was fortunate to be able to get to do this.
Yeah, those things are few and far between these days, huh?
They certainly are. All right. Hopefully, there's nothing illicit.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, if they're singing so fast anyway, no one's gonna know the difference.
Well, language, we don't give a fuck about that. It's the nudity and all those things Twitch is not favorable on.
I don't recall any nudity in these. I mean, I know like once in a while shirts come off and stuff like that, but these shows were, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't, what if he dubbed over a porno or something? I don't know.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
Just kidding.
I'm not worried about it. All right, let's get a little listen here. This is Gangrene with. It was written on the side. I can't remember.
I can't remember either. You can't see it right now. Oops. Still there?
Yeah, still here.
Okay. I lost. Hang on. Okay. There we are. Okay.
VHS had very decent sound, right?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I guess depending on the recording you pulled, but
yeah. It looks good. I like the I don't know, the rough look of it. It takes you to the time.
I guess it adds vintage flavor to it, but they actually weren't like, they didn't look that bad like, 25 years ago.
No.
When we actually recorded them. Time's been bad to them.
Yeah, definitely the discoloration was not there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering how those things are going to age. I was kind of hoping some of them would be in better shape, but
I think if you don't, I want to say if you don't refrigerate them, but these were kept with his records.
Yeah, theirs are in his various apartments, and I think they got shipped back and forth across the country one time or two. So,
yeah,
he lived out here for a while. So,
oh, okay, in Petaluma.
Yeah, he lived in Petaluma for about.
Oh, no shit.
San Francisco he actually worked at the Mystic Theater for about 10 minutes too.
Okay, no way. What year was that?
2003.
Oh, okay, that's when I moved to Petaluma.
Right on.
Oh. So what? Then he went down to San Francisco for a few years, or?
Yeah, he was there. Let's see, 2004. I think he moved away in early 2010. He lived in the Mission District for a while, and then he lived in North Beach. And he was working for a sound and lighting company down there. He had a lot of random, really cool gigs. Like he did a private concert, a private Journey concert for GM down in Monterey, and then he did a few AVN award shows, and all kinds of weird stuff.
He's asking, Bomber's asking if he spent too much time at the MMR house.
I have no idea. Where was that?
That's a good question. I don't even know.
Yeah.
And so then he moved back, and Lloyd's asking if he moved around a lot for work, or was he a free spirit, or he went where the work was?
Well, he tried to, he tried to stay rooted in a place, and this one company he had, they traveled up and down the coast here in California all the time, but he was able to keep an apartment in San Francisco and not, have to travel all over the country for his work. But, he ran out of work here after a while, and he had to go back to the East Coast, which is what brought him back there. He had to go back. He had to live,
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he didn't have. Yeah, he wasn't exactly nomadic or anything like that. He got sick of Boston. He came out here for a while and went back to the East Coast.
Yeah.
Last several years, he was just working in restaurants and stuff like that. He actually gotten out of show business altogether.
Hmm. And then moved on to
living.
Yeah.
Living a little bit rough,
Yeah.
But as far as places he used to hang out in San Francisco, to answer that guy's question, I remember he used to really love Zeitgeist. I was in his neighborhood when he was.
Oh yeah.
When he lived. Yeah.
Great spot.
Yeah.
MMR, he was saying, is maximum rock and roll. So that's the
Which
I have one.
Rock and Roll magazine, the catalog. Yeah.
Oh, here's one. Boom.
Yeah, actually, like I got some there's I believe it's the one with the Insaints and the Diesel Queens is put out by Maximum Rock and Roll.
That was the one I just pulled. Yep.
Yeah. That's a really good one, by the way.
All right, we'll put that in the set.
All right.
Yeah. All right, well, let's see. Should we grab another tape? Give a listen? Let's see. So I do have the capabilities to, if you want, I can transcribe these digitally.
You know, that would be awesome, because even if they're in a little bit of rough shape, I mean, these are some fairly legendary bands. I mean, these are like just random shows they did. I think a lot of people would love to see these, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's Jason's intention to have done that. He just never got around to it.
Right. Well, I don't know if we're at the end of this tape, but it still looks cool. Whatever.
Yeah, just put it in for a few minutes. We'll see what people think.
Yeah. So if you're just joining in, this is VinylView. It's an interview episode with a guest and their collection of vinyl. This is a very unique episode because I'm joined with Tim, and the collection came from his friend Jason, who had passed away. Tim had given me the records because we both had the same name, Jason, and a shared radio DJ passion. And my way to return that generosity is to make an episode out of it and have an interview and broadcast his collection on the radio waves. And if you're interested in contributing to Jason's family, I did post a donation, and I will make sure that gets to the right people. And Tim, thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Cheers.
Salute.
So, the records, and I imagine the VHS tapes were all kind of packed together.
Yep.
And then, how did you get them?
When I went back east to see him before he passed, his sister had basically inherited like what was left of his worldly possessions, and she called me up. She's like, "Is there anything you want?" And she said, "I thought, you know, whatever's there, he would want you to have it." So went over, we spent an evening and hung out. We went through some of his stuff. Unfortunately, there was a ton of other stuff too, like, you know, like all his radio shows he had on cassette. He had like years.
Oh, wow.
Had probably a couple thousand CDs. There's no way I was going to bring that back on the plane with me, you know. I had to like kind of like figure out what I could carry in short order.
Now, did you send the records back to yourself?
Yeah, I just went to the post office like the day I was leaving, and I got most of them shipped off through the post office, and then I got a suitcase and like packed the rest of the stuff in that. But that was about all I could take, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't get over to her house until, you know, the last day before I was leaving.
Yeah. So then she still has the recordings of his shows.
I believe she does.
Oh, okay.
It wouldn't surprise me. Like I didn't grab them, and unless you know. One of his other friends came by and took an interest in them. She might still have them somewhere. And, you know, therein you'll find like a lot of his like sketch comedy and stuff that he pre-recorded for his shows and stuff.
What was his sketch comedy?
You know, like I was telling you, like he did an advertisement for, you know, an album called Kurt Cobain's Greatest Hits, you know, and you hear police sirens in the background. You hear the cops talking to each other. Yep, that's right. Hit the wall, hit the ceiling, hit the couch. It's all over the floor. Kurt Cobain's Greatest Hits, you know. So it was stuff like that, you know. He'd just say, you know, he'd do spoofed interviews with local politicians and stuff, and just, you know, completely trash on them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really good at it too.
Nice.
Yeah, if any of that stuff ever turns up, I'll make sure that it comes your way, because I think you get a real kick out. I think you're on.
Yeah, and I can put them up, and transcribe them, put them on YouTube or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I get any more of his artwork, can that get posted?
Yeah. Like right now?
There might be something. I don't have anything like right now at the moment, but when I spoke to Jolene this afternoon and got those posters texted to me, she said she would send the rest of the folder. She just kind of gotten away from her, life happens and stuff like that. So, because originally we were hoping to have like gotten that for this broadcast, but it happens.
Well, yeah. Well, we do have some that we have from the some is better than Elvis Show's posters.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think you said that you would have, let's see. You mentioned that they needed explanation.
Oh yeah, because some of the stuff I sent you, because there was I sent you some T-shirt graphics and stuff, and one wasn't necessarily like a radio promo. It was a graphic called Timmy the Huffer, which was not me, by the way. But Timmy the Huffer was like this local skater kid around Boston. He was like really into glue and stuff. He was kind of a local character. So they made that graphic, and they did a limited run of T-shirts. I thought that was important just because it was a Boston thing,
Uh-huh. And this one's great. I mean, punk rock, crack rock, Fraggle rock, and more.
Yeah. More fun than taking a load of pills in your last stomp, right?
No, you showed me that one, and I can't find it. That was it Elvis on the toilet?
Yeah, I think that was a graphic I got off of his Facebook page, but there's I think there's another poster that has like the same statement on it,
And what was it again?
More fun than taking a load of pills in your last dump.
And that was the caption underneath, the Better Than Elvis Show. So definitely very nice, crass humor.
Yeah, for anyone who knows the history of the king,
And then this is a picture of Jason that you sent me from more recently.
Oh, is him toasting? My graphic's not up, by the way, so I'm assuming.
Got it.
I really wish I could see this right now. It would make this whole thing a lot easier, but.
Oh, you're not watching it on Twitch?
No, all I have is my own dumb mug right now.
Oh, well, that's terrible. Can't look at yourself. So twitch.tv/SkullandBoneVideo. Video. You'll have to mute it because you'll have two audios going at the same time.
Okay.
Oh, apparently they're reissuing Fraggle Rock. Dude, that's such a great song. I didn't know there's more than one.
I didn't realize it either.
So he did the late show, the 10:30 to 12. I'm looking at the poster. Are you watching it now?
No, I'm not watching it right now. I don't have it on at the moment.
Okay. Well, there's another Better Than Elvis poster.
Okay. Which one do you got? Is it the one?
Oh, here's the one. This is one of them, which is another one where it said, more fun than a fistful of pills and taking your last dump.
Yeah.
The Better Than Elvis Show.
That's probably one Jolene sent me today. And there's a really nice color graphic one with the skull on it. With
the needles going into it.
Yep. Those
and then
the graphics.
There's the shirts that you had taken pictures of.
Yeah, those are, especially the one with like Elvis looking crucified on fire. That was a really popular one that went around Boston. A lot of people had that shirt for the longest damn time.
Let's see if I can find it. Got in my cycle of pictures. Yeah, the Better Than Elvis Show on fire.
Yep. It was actually a really beautiful graphic, I thought.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Then there was before he had the Better Than Elvis Show, like briefly on WMBR, he had the Dumping Ground. I think there's graphic
there. I have that one.
With the baby.
Somewhere in here. There it is.
Promoting that show as it was for him to fucking broadcast it,
Oh, is that? I'm sorry.
I said it was probably almost as much fun to promote that show as it was to broadcast.
Oh, it seems like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he did. So he had 2 different shows.
Yeah, the dumping ground he just had like briefly. I think it was that was like when he first got in there, and then he kind of rebranded himself when he became station manager, and he became the Better Than Elvis show.
Oh, I see. So this was an earlier rendition.
Yeah, pretty much the same show though. You got all the
Sure.
same stuff out of it.
How many years was he doing it?
Oh god, he must have done. He was at MBR, I think, like 6 or 7 years, and he probably had a show at Emerson for a couple of years before that, and 6 months at WR&D before they threw him out of there for offending nuns.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, they basically told him, it's like, yeah, your shit's too offensive. You need to go.
After being station manager and all that?
No, this was at his first job when he was at Notre Dame College. No, at MIT,
Got it.
you could say whatever the hell you wanted. They didn't care.
Yeah.
There was no offending people at that station.
Well, if you're at a Notre Dame college and you're, or whatever it was, Notre Dame, a bunch of nuns, yeah, that's going to be tough.
Yeah, they didn't really go for stuff like the Lunatics or Gigi or stuff like that.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Here's the Timmy the Huffer. That's not you, apparently.
No, I swear to God.
So you say. I don't know.
I'm not saying I haven't made bad decisions in my life. That just wasn't me. Yeah, it was a classic image, though. It was another one that like really circulated the Boston area. People, used to love.
And there's this picture of you and him, because it looks like I can see in the eyes. It's him sitting on your lap.
Okay. There's another picture of him and me with a blow-up love doll, I think.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, those were taken about 30 years ago, like around 1991 or so.
Nice. Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. No, we were just kids.
Having fun time with punk rock.
At that point, he was really wanting to get his hands on some kind of a black market transmitter and try and run his own pirate station, pump up.
Nice. I was just gonna say, because of that movie, everybody wanted their own radio.
Yeah, I'd say that inspired him a lot. He had the thought before that movie came out, but man, once he saw that, it just
solidified it.
Yeah, I'd say it got him to where he went.
Yeah. So what years did he have? Everyone saying cheers to Tim and Jason. Thanks for being on here.
What is that?
So, well, you're missing the chat. People in the chat are saying cheers to you guys for everything.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Because I see him sitting in my lap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Naughty boys.
So on your list, you had some Who.
Yes. That was Jason's favorite band of all time. I was a Beatles fan. He was a Who fan, I'd say if anything got played off of that, I mean, I can't explain it would be a good one, but I got live and leads in that box somewhere in the Who Zoo. There's some pretty good live material on that too.
Yeah.
But probably one of his and my favorites that I put on the list was Quick One While He's Away. The mini opera that they did.
There was one I was going to ask you about, and I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it was called The Tommy, and I think it's 8 bands doing Who songs in under 7 minutes.
Oh, yeah. I haven't really listened to that one all the way through, but isn't that interesting?
I was I'm not sure if I'm actually reading it right. Let's see if I can find it.
It was different bands, right?
Yeah. I went and alphabetized everything because I had to do that.
Yeah, that collection was a mess.
Well, I'm OCD, but that Sloppy Seconds, we'll have to play that in the set. And then there were multiple copies of the Scabs.
Yep.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with them or.
Bloody Mess and the Scabs, I believe.
There was one of them too. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. And I thought this was at first like a Germs 45, Quincy Punks.
Yeah, he used to love them.
What's the story with them? On the back it says not produced by Joan Jett.
I don't know much about them. Aren't they from the UK?
You know, it doesn't say. Let's see. On the back at least. It says print in the US, but doesn't mean that they're, not UK.
Quincy, Mass.
Where the hell is that album? Anywho, there was that album. The Tommy one.
Anything we should play off of that?
Oh, we should probably give it a whirl. See what happens.
Yeah.
Quincy, Bomb Raid's telling us Quincy Punks are from St. Paul, next to Minneapolis, where these guys are from. Look at that. They're going to have to make a play.
Yeah, definitely.
There's that G.G. Allen one. Oh, but Tim, you can't see any of this. You got to...
I know. I feel crazy right now.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Tommy in 7 minutes. And there's... What? 10 artists in under 7 minutes.
Well, that's good. It's bound to be interesting.
It's bound to be.
Guar did their first album in 1 minute one time.
What's that?
Guar did their first album, Hello, in 1 minute one time.
Nice.
Yeah.
The whole album?
Yeah. Well, take 15 seconds off of each track and they put it all into one medley, 1 minute.
Nice.
Yeah. They did really
and then
well.
on your playlist, you had a Beatles track, even though you were into the Beatles and he was more into the punk rock.
Yeah. What did they put on? Happiness is a Warm Gun?
That's a great song, but it looks like Rain?
Oh, yeah, Rain.
Rain. Why do I not know that song?
Well, Rain, it was the B-side to Paperback Writer. They recorded it when they were doing the Revolver album. It sounds like a track off of Revolver, but it was not on the album.
So it's never on an album at all?
No, not until they put it on Past Masters or some compilation like that.
Okay.
But I chose that one because, it's like a really beautiful, dark kind of LSD track.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then Sex Pistols, you referenced that. You were like, you were into the Beatles, he was in the Sex Pistols, so Holidays in the Sun was after that.
Yeah.
Now there's that live album that was in that set before Sid Vicious, and I don't know if Holiday in the Sun is on that, but I'll make sure that's in the set.
Okay.
And then Cryptic Slaughter.
Yeah, a song called Low Lives.
What was the deal with, I don't know Cryptic Slaughter.
Okay, well, this is the story with Cryptic Slaughter. One afternoon, him and I went downtown. We went to the record store, and he shoplifted 2 tapes, and he got the first Suicidal Tendencies album. I don't remember the name of it, but it's one where they're all hanging out the jungle gym. That's
in that collection, but I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, but I think I put I Saw Your Mommy on the playlist. Anyway, so he stole that, and he stole this album by a band called Cryptic Slaughter, and the song that he really liked was called Low Life.
Nice.
It's just a thrash.
That was a memory that you had. Yeah. Were you there with him when he stole it?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
I guess I maybe close it too, didn't it?
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sometimes that's how good music is discovered,
By stealing it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then Stooges, Raw Power.
Oh, yeah. For Stooges, because we both love Iggy Pop, and we like the Stooges, and so that's just one we always listened to as kids. It was always around,
You can't go wrong. That's classic proto punk rock.
Yeah, I love Iggy.
Yeah.
Jason got to see the Stooges at the Warfield when he was still living out here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them in Italy, actually. It was a free concert. It was a fucking shit show. Just hundreds of thousands of people. I'm like, I can't see shit.
Yeah, it just got crazy, huh?
Yeah. Well, anything free, it's, everybody in mass.
Yeah, you can't control that.
Yeah. And then you put on Susan Vega.
Yeah, Luca.
Luca.
He loved that song. I think he really identified with it.
Yeah. And then I think he wrote The Damned. No, The Donnas.
Yeah. Now, I'm not that familiar with the Donnas, but when they first came out in the 90s, when they were still teenagers, they used to play at this little place in Portsmouth, New Hampshire called the Elvis Show. And like every time they played there, he was at that show. He really dug them a lot. But like I said, I'm not that familiar with their songs, so I don't think I really recommended a specific track on that one.
Yeah, but if I remember, they're locals out here.
Yeah, they're not from the New England area, but they really got around early on,
Yeah, I think they were Sonoma County or Northern California, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
And then you also wrote down G.G. Allin, listed a few tracks.
Yeah. What did I put? Like Die When You Die, Highest Power.
Die When You Die, Automatic, Don't Talk to Me, which is always a good one.
Yeah, that was classic G.G. Is when he was still new wave.
When he's still new wave, yeah.
Yeah.
Before he got the way he got.
Before he got too cut up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Tim, what do you think? We should start playing some records?
I think we should.
Yeah. Anything you'd like to say before I cut over?
Yeah. Listen at your own risk.
At your own risk, yeah. Well, this is going to be broadcasted on the radio, but in the post-production, so I can play whatever, and if it's not good music for the radio, I can edit it out.
Okay. I was wondering how I was going with all the fucks and shits we were saying.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to do a lot of editing, I'm sure.
You'll have half a show by the time you're done.
Yeah. But in honor of Jason, it's, the fucks have to be given.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Well, Tim, I'm going to switch over into a different mode. So it's just going to be me spinning vinyl. I'm going to record that for the radio show. I am still going to be able to talk with if you want to watch it on Twitch, I can still communicate. I have a secondary mic that I just wired up, so I'm able to record separately for the radio, and then I'm still going to be able to talk with everyone. So, Tim, if you go to twitch.tv, I'm going to twitch.tv/Sconebone video so that you get to watch and listen to it.
Cool. I can actually participate in like what's going on a little better here.
Yeah.
On the blank screen and talking to you. It sounds awesome.
Well, you're still involved. I just, you got to miss out on some of the visuals, but you can watch it afterwards. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right. So I'm gonna, I just gotta change some cameras and mics around 5-10 minutes, and then we're gonna start spinning some records in honor of Jason.
Thank God.
Rest in punk.
All right.
All right, I will be back in just a few minutes.
Okay, man.
Tim, thank you very much for helping me with this, and most of all, I guess thinking of me.
Oh, no problem, man. I could not have possibly thought of anyone else. You're the steward of this now.
Well, I'm honored to be that steward. All right, I'll be back in just a little bit.
All right, no problem.